today what we will do is we will have a look at a book. Now, this book is from 1729, and it's a look at Scandinavia. So we're going to be up in Norway, Denmark, Sweden, that kind of area. So let's jump in and have a look at this book. Okay, so here we are, and the book is called The Agreeable Gallery, of course, the Masons Campaign, and it's just got a bit of a description here. You've got rivers and things, got empires, republics, provinces, all these bits and pieces, abbeys, academies, colleges, bibliotheques. So they're going to show us all the infrastructure that is around these areas. And of course we have a picture down here, and they love their globes, right? We've got our symbology down here, shall we say, and more globes here. But this globe, right, this is not actually it's not a globe of the earth, is it? As you can see, she's holding this up, and there's people inside there. There's a king in there, and you can see it's even got like a cloth, like she's just unveiled it. So what is that? Are they capturing the old ruling class, or the old kings and queens? This guy, of course, got his wings, and he's being a table today. He's decided that when he grows up, he wants to be a table. I've got a few more things here. They always like their telescopes, because a lot of this, there's so much propaganda in these as well, as far as what they're doing in these books is trying to introduce the new world, right? Their world, their paradigm. Okay, so to start with, there's a couple of maps here. We've got Scandinavia in the north, Nordic, new observations, academies, royal sciences, etc. We've got some pictures here of the inhabitants, or as they're drawn. I've got a shaman-looking guy here with a bat on his head. An owl is carrying an animal. They're all in skins, of course, looking very. I'm not sure what this animal is, but he's got his nose pierced with an arrow. Very, very, very punk. And of course, we're up here, dashing through the snow, reindeers. So we're up north in the cold area, and here is just a map. Now, the main thing about these maps is really just to see, because this is 1700s, and we're told that the population. We're told that history is a timeline, right? That started at sort of, well, let's say Adam and Eve, right? Two people, and then it just expanded. And then as far as cities, same thing, right? Someone lived somewhere because it was good, then more people moved in, and more and more and more, and you get these cities. That's what they tell us. But back in 1720s, what are we talking? 1729. Back in 1729, Scandinavia just covered all these names, towns, all the way, like it's just absolutely covered. And there's bays everywhere up here. And so this is a fully, built out civilization, as we will see in the coming pictures. This is just another map. So there's just a few of these at the start of the books. Of course, got all the iconography and the shields, lots of lions. Scandinavia, the new observations. Okay, now we get on to the more interesting stuff. So this is Copenhagen. Okay, we've got 55 degrees, 40 minutes to know the latitude and everything, telling us where it is. And what is it? It's a massive star city, of course. Okay, look at the wall. Okay, Star City wall. Down here is our star, our citadel. Okay, of course it's on water, because they're always on water. Here is another star citadel. And what have we got down here? Some nice geometry. Of course, they're showing us where the cathedrals are. They always mark out the cathedrals. And as we saw in one of the previous videos, they're always shaped like a cross when you look at them from above, the floor plan. And so this, yeah, big star city, we've got an extra wall out here. And then we've got these basin, I think that's water, yeah. So that's water all the way around and another star out here. So just showing you what the old world actually looked like in the 1700s. You know, it was none of this, you know, poverty and hovels. And I mean, I'm sure there was poverty and people living in, you know, hovels and wooden houses and that. But what it really was in the cities is this. This is a drawing. And one thing with these books, because there's lots of these books, and what it is this is when they were going out and rediscovering, checking out what was out there, what they could take, what was flooded, what wasn't. And they'll basically, yeah, all these books, they go around and they check out all these cities, tell you what's there. And yeah, basically it's like it's a report back to their boss, right? This is what the city is, should we take it? And always it starts with these pictures where you have everyone up on the hill in the foreground, like the people going around making all these books. Now, apart from the fact, I mean, look at this city, right? Like, who drew all these pictures? Just as we go through them, just, you know, keep that in mind, because all of them are drawn with lines, as you can see here, vertical lines, and they start going horizontal to make it darker. Exact same thing down here with the water. You can see on the people even, this is how they're drawing. It's almost like it's a print, like it's being printed or something. So yeah, still not sure what the technique is. But let us have a look at Copenhagen. Okay, to start with, just in the middle of the water here, have a massive pillar with a very big statue on top. Okay, walls going straight into the water, all man-made walls on the canal. Towers, right? Tower here. And then, I mean, look at these spires. Look at this. This is technology. Okay, these are reaching into the heavens, not for the power and the glory of God, but literally to draw down the power and the energy that is God, right? The creative force, well, that is part of God, you know, the energy of the ether, the energy that binds and animates all life. You can see they always like to draw their little funny pictures on the top of these spires to try and make them look like, you know, they're birds or roosters or their religious symbols, just to, you know, obfuscate the true meaning of what these places were. Look at this, right? This massive, I mean, that's like a, you know, 4-story building, and it's out on this big jetty sort of pier thing. Bridges everywhere, and this is all brick and masonry, guys. These aren't wood buildings. You know, they're just massive and all done, all in place, all completely built out, including man-made canals, walls, citadels, you know, star forts, the whole lot, fountains, everything, all completely finished and working in 1729. Okay, so how long would it take to create something like this? When you start looking at it like that, you know, we're talking, what, hundreds of years. You know, so the Dark Ages actually never existed, guys. It's just a story. You know, it's 1,000 years when nothing happened, or so they say. But what it is it didn't exist. That's why nothing happened. There was 1,000 years added to our calendar. And we'll get into that in future videos. Look at this, the interior of the magnificent Aries, maybe. Look at all these towers. And this is technology. Look at all these spires and big balls and things. This is all to get free energy. And of course, in the middle, we have a fountain, right? Which needs plumbing, right? A lot of plumbing. Look at this star. Look at the building in this one. I actually haven't seen one like this before, with such a huge building in the middle. Of course, they always love to put their cannons everywhere to make us think that everything's about war. So here we go. And even down here, look at the size of this spire on this cathedral. More here, just everywhere. And across the river here, have another settlement. And look at this massive tower, walled in. And Landeskron. And of course, lots of windmills. And they try and tell us that, you know, windmills are from Denmark and all this kind of stuff. But they're actually not. When you get into the pictures and the books, they're everywhere, all across the realm. Just part of the technology.